In suburbs, different types of entertainment activities, schools, restaurants, and shops are spread further apart, resulting in fewer convenient options and further travel distances. This, along with poor city planning and inadequate access to public transportation, reasons for a large auto dependency in most suburbs. This is unsustainable, expensive, and inconvenient for the citizens of suburbia. Daily commutes may be 1, 2, or even more hours to get to work every day. Suburbs are also not very diverse, both in terms of their citizens and their architecture, which is many times described as soulless, boring, also mentioned in the song Little Boxes by Malvina Reynolds, where both the people and houses are said to look the same. There are several historical factors behind the lack of diversity of people in suburbs. The high prices of suburban housing function as a filter to ensure the separation of the classes. This caused groupings of white middle-class citizens to gather in the suburbs. Due to high prices in the cities, suburbs are currently becoming more diverse because people from low-income groups are being pushed out of the cities and into the suburbs. This, however, can cause pathologies like crime, vandalism, and gangs to follow, which is also mentioned in the story The Victims of Sprawl by Andreas Dunning and other writers. So the primary reason why one might decide to move into the suburbs is family. The right suburbs can provide a near perfect environment for families, as mentioned in the story Love in the Suburbs by D. Haggerty, as it provides a more affordable housing, a generally lower cost of living, and a peaceful environment to raise one's children. Crime rates are also very low, and there is more nature as many communities prioritize greenery to attract buyers. So I do feel that there's an overall difference between Denmark and, say, the United States of America or China, because I feel that there are more extreme examples of groupings in terms of wealth, race, or violence. In the United States of America, this was especially true since the effects of redlining practices in the 1930s that caused racial separation still affect some communities today. It of course depends, however, on which suburb and which country you choose, as it would be possible to find examples of both suburbs that are very much alike, but also very different, even within Denmark's own borders. You could also say that they're very comparable, since most suburbs around the world were built in the middle of the 1800s and further developed after the Second World War, and therefore share similar ideas of city planning and architecture. So I have never actually lived in a suburb, but I have of course been there many times. I thought of it to be much like Sheila and Justine from the story Love in the Suburbs, where it doesn't really enjoy the benefits of either the countryside or the city. Therefore, I don't currently imagine myself living in suburbia, because my priorities don't currently fit those of suburbia. My priorities are currently sustainability, different activities, fast and convenient public transportation, and proximity to education, friends, and family. This might change, however, either as suburbs develop to fit my priorities, or my priorities change to fit those of the suburbs. Only the future will tell.